He was landing good uppercuts, good body shots, was really switched on in there.
Unbelievable shape. I've never seen him with abs. He got abs. So, yeah, he's looking in unreal shape.
That's insulting, isn't it, to say that, get in shape. You know, a lot of these fights they want to be like bodybuilders.
Boxing experts and fans are stunned by Tyson Fury's remarkable transformation ahead of his highly anticipated rematch with Alexander Usyk. Known for his towering frame, but rarely flaunting a chiseled physique, Fury recently unveiled a leaner, more muscular look in training footage. Boxer Joe Cordina expressed amazement at Tyson Fury's remarkable physical transformation. He specifically pointed out Fury's visible abs, a clear indication of his rigorous training regimen and improved fitness levels. This transformation demonstrates Fury's commitment to maintaining peak physical condition ahead of the highly anticipated rematch.
I don't think it's going to be like a tippy-tappy like everyone thinks it is. Because they're both great boxers and technicians. They're both unbelievable, and Tyson's here with us, and he's looking in unbelievable shape. I've never seen him with abs. He got abs. So, yeah, he's looking in unreal shape. But as they say, a good big guy will always be a good little guy, and in this situation, I think that's what's going to happen. He's looking sharp. Although Usyk he's like a bigger version of Lomachenko.
Lawrence Okolie, who has sparred with Fury, shared his perspective on Fury's performance in their initial encounter. Okolie noted that Fury came close to victory in the first bout and emphasized the potential for Fury to capitalize on the lessons he learned. This insight underscores Fury's ability to adapt and improve for high-stakes fights.
No, I still believe that Fury's going to win. I thought he would win the first fight. They had a really close fight. You know, Usyk did have some great moments that obviously keep getting replayed. But outside of that, you know, he was landing good uppercuts, good body shots, was really switched on in there. But I think going forwards, he needs, in this fight, to just maybe do the stuff he did, but with a lot more conviction and staying on it. And I think he's got enough to sort of run ahead with it.
You fancy Fury decision win, yeah?
Yeah, I think Fury decision win. I think it'll be hard for him to get a stoppage. But if he comes out and, you know, it's different because Wilder and Usyk are so completely different in style, but they're not too dissimilar in weight. You know, treat it like how he treated Cunningham, treat it like how he's treated, you know, White, where you're boxing, but then you're still got one hard shot at a time. I think he might be able to break him down.
Okay. You never sparred Usyk, have you?
No, he's one of the only ones I haven't.
Right. I know sparring with Tyson was a while ago in LA. Was it the first Wilder fight?
First, yeah.
The first Wilder fight, yeah. So it was a while ago. But what was one thing when you were in the ring with Fury that you didn't quite expect that he was really good at?
Avoiding headshots, getting caught in the head.
For Tyson Fury, the idea of simply getting in shape fails to capture the depth of his craft. Fury's dominance in the ring is not solely attributed to his physical prowess, but also to his mastery of technical and tactical aspects of boxing. This combination of skills sets him apart as one of the most formidable fighters in the sport.
You ever think about getting in shape for a fight?
Nope, never. That's insulting, isn't it, to say that, get in shape. You know, a lot of these fights they want to be like bodybuilders and look ripped and that. But I always rock the dad bod and, you know, the bald head, fat, white as anything. Looked absolutely disgusting with my top off. And then when I knock out a good looking six pack, it's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck just happened?
How do you do it?
Crack them on the jaw and down they go. You can't put muscles on the chin.
Are you the baddest man on the planet?
Me. So it would seem.
One of Fury's standout abilities is his exceptional aptitude for evading headshots. This defensive skill has been pivotal to his career success. Experts believe it will play a crucial role in the rematch, allowing Fury to neutralize Usyk's offense while setting up his own attacks.
Just sort of grafted his body and, you know, then eventually started trying to... But from round one, he moves well, and he's constantly sort of... he boxes slightly differently now, but he's always moving and feinting and touching. He's like just creating different stuff for you to look at, where you're always having to sort of kind of watch what he's doing as opposed to I'm going to hit his chin. So it was good.
Pundits have observed that Fury's current mindset is arguably the best it has ever been. His focus and determination are seen as critical factors in the rematch, with many analysts arguing that this mental edge makes him the favorite to win.
I think Fury will win this time on points. I think it's just, you know, maybe underestimated or whatever, but there wasn't much in it last time. He did lose a fight, excuse me, but I think, he's been like laying a low profile, hasn't he? So, I think he's more focused than he's ever been for anything in his life. I mean, AJ's come back and won, and I think Fury will want to do that as well after his first defeat.
Renowned boxing commentator Paul Smith has expressed confidence in Fury's chances in the rematch. He cited Fury's excellent physical preparation and technical expertise as strong indicators of an impending victory. Smith's analysis reflects widespread belief in Fury's ability to deliver a dominant performance.
I think, again, this is another one of them fights where timing will come into it, and I think after Ngannou, after the last Fury-Usyk fight, I think maybe we've seen Tyson's best days, and I'd love him to do it. I really like Usyk. How could you not? I love Usyk, and Fury's been an unbelievable advert for British boxing, for young kids in this country to see that the heavyweight champion of the world from Britain and from Morecambe, and is a traveller lad, and is a scally, and is a down-to-earth lad just like them. And if he can do it, why can't I do it? He's an unbelievable advert for British boxing. He's earned very well. He's achieved everything in the game, and not just in the ring and his ability. I mean, how he is as a person, how he is outside the ring. And I'm not a Usyk fanboy, but I can't see Fury finding an answer for what I saw in the first fight, and he's going to have worked really hard in the gym, tactically, technically, not just physically. And I'm not sure if that stuff is happening in the gym anymore at this stage. And I don't blame any of them. I don't know how any of them are getting out of bed and getting in the ring and fighting against the likes of Usyk, Dubois. I'm talking about Joshua as well here. When they've got that much money in the bank and they've done that well already out to the game, and they've still got that hunger.
Boxing legend Bernard Hopkins described the rematch as a fascinating battle of styles. While acknowledging Alexander Usyk's superior boxing IQ, Hopkins emphasized that Fury's size and power might ultimately overwhelm Usyk. This perspective highlights the strategic depth both fighters bring to the bout.
Do you see that fight going any differently?
No. I think the smaller guy is really the big guy in heart and big guy in talent. I just think that, and I'm been with Tyson Fury when he fought, most of the people he fought for is picking him to win. But I believe Usyk has his number, and I believe that he's not a big heavyweight, which I think helps him in this particular fight. And I just think he has the IQ that Tyson Fury won't be able to keep up and withstand as time or rounds go on. I just like Usyk possibly by stoppage late and not by a punch. I think it'd just be a mercy call by the referee.
Fury has made his intentions for the rematch clear. He plans to win by knockout. This bold declaration underscores his confidence in his physical and mental dominance. Fury's focus on securing a KO demonstrates his aggressive approach to ensuring victory.
I have to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more smart to get the victory. As it would seem, my rematch with people is always ends up one way. I always end up knocking them out in the rematch. Whoever I've faced more than once has been knocked out in the rematch. So I'm envisaging something similar in the second fight with Usyk. All I can do is prepare well, train hard, eat well, go to bed early, wake up early, do the right things, listen to people around me, and the rest is in God's hands.
In a striking statement, Fury said, "I'm not worried about what Usyk's gonna do. I'm just worried about what I'm gonna do." This highlights Fury's confidence in his own strategy and skills, as well as his determination to control the narrative of the fight.
I've always done well with them, so listen, I'm not worried about what Usyk's gonna do. I'm only worried about what I'm gonna do, and that's it.
Why is he better than Vladimir Klitschko?
He's just more mobile, he's got better footwork, he's got better angles, and I seen him sparring one time and Usyk boxed the head off him.
Really?
Yeah.
When was that?
When Klitschko was going to do the rematch with me, that never happened. He was sparring Usyk and he was getting his head jabbed off.
My point was going to be Bellew, Chisora, Dubois, Joshua, all Brits. You're the one who stands last.
Yeah, I'm the last one. Save the best to last, I suppose.
Is he vulnerable to the body, Alexander Usyk?
I think anybody is, aren't they? If anybody gets hit with a good body shot, they'll be crippled. It's just about getting hit in the right place. Anybody will be hurt with body punches or head punches. I don't think there's no such thing as not being hurt to the head or body. If you get hit properly, you're going to be hurt.
You mentioned Vladimir Klitschko. You've obviously sparred the best, fought the best. But within Europe, how have you found like the European heavyweights when you've sparred them years ago, when you've boxed them?
I've always done well, obviously. I'm 35 unbeaten fights in 16 years of pro, so I've done pretty well with Americans, Europeans, Africans, whoever they might have been.
Analysts have emphasized that Fury's ability to hurt Usyk, demonstrated in their first fight, will be even more evident in the rematch. Fury's raw power is expected to be a decisive factor, with many believing he will build upon moments of dominance from the initial encounter.
With Fury, you never know. I imagine towards Fury this time on the rematch.
Do you think that he could stop Usyk, or do you think it would be a points thing?
I think it'll be a points. I think he'll hurt him a few times in the fight. I think both men will be hurting in the fight a few times, but I think a points win for Fury. I'm edging towards that.
Boxing analyst Adam Smith suggested that Fury's game plan will focus on targeting Usyk within the first 6 to 7 rounds. This strategy could leverage Fury's size and strength advantage, potentially overwhelming Usyk before the latter has a chance to settle into his rhythm.
I certainly think Tyson will go for the stoppage this time. I think that he'll try and utilise his size. I think he'll do everything he can to try and tire Usyk out in the first 6, 7, 8 rounds. The trouble is, if Usyk's still there, then it gets problematic. But I think that's what Tyson's got to do. Can he outbox him at times? I mean, he's got to get his concentration bang on. That's the first thing with Tyson. I think if he comes in a bit heavy, Shane McGuigan was saying to me a couple of days ago that if Tyson comes in heavy, it's the worst possible thing because he won't be able to move as quick and he won't be able to deal with Usyk's footwork. But look, I think Sugar Hill's coming for the knockout, so I think Fury will come in a bit bigger. I think they'll try and utilise that size advantage. They'll normally say a good big guy beats a good little guy, but you know, Usyk's an exceptional little becoming bigger guy.
Adam Booth, a seasoned trainer, has cautioned against Fury adopting a reckless approach in the rematch. While acknowledging Fury's aggression as a potent weapon, Booth stressed the importance of calculated tactics to avoid exposing vulnerabilities. His advice underscores the need for a balance between offense and defense.
Usyk versus Fury 2, Tyson says it's got to be heavier for the rematch. Feel like that's the right way, a heavier. Fury might be able to turn what was a close defeat into a victory.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably just one element of it. It's not just about being heavier. It's how you go about applying that. And Tyson's a very clever fella. He's got a clever team around him. So whatever they do is going to be a method to that madness. And I'm looking forward to seeing that one as well.
Observers have noted that Fury managed to hurt Usyk during their first encounter. Many believe he will refine and capitalize on those moments of dominance, using them as a foundation for a more comprehensive strategy in the rematch.
I don't know. The first fight, I thought the early rounds, it was all Fury. Fury was looking great. But Usyk has that like unbelievable engine, so he come on strong at the end. So I thought the fight, without the knockdown they gave it to Usyk, but it was kind of like a 50-50. I thought it was a kind of like a draw. So it's another interesting fight. You don't know what way it's going to go because Usyk showed that he can be hurt by Fury. Fury showed that he has to know how to beat him, but Usyk did hurt Fury, and so I don't know. It's just a toss-up.
Acknowledging his own shortcomings in the first fight, Fury has vowed to remain more focused and reduce his playful antics during the rematch. This commitment to seriousness reflects his determination to leave no room for error this time around.
I don't think I can be any better than what I did because I think it was probably one of the best performances that I've ever done in my life. Although it didn't get the result, I thought it was a very fantastic performance against one of my best opponents. So can I be any better? Can I do any better? I can be more focused and less clowning, and I think that's enough. You know, maybe if he chucked that punch, hit me with 100 times and maybe not done any damage, but you know, the one time it did, and that's it. That's all she wrote, really.
A lot of the journalists were saying that Usyk is now up there with all the legends of the sport. The Muhammad Alis, the Fraziers, the Foремans, the Joe Louis as being one of the greatest and certainly the greatest of his generation. And I'm pleased they've said that.
Dave Caldwell, an experienced boxing trainer, highlighted a crucial aspect of the rematch. The outcome will largely depend on what both fighters have left in their arsenals. This perspective suggests that the bout will test not just skill, but also stamina and resilience.
It depends on who's got what left. I genuinely think that if Usyk's got anything left about him, because he's, what, 36, 37. He's been in with big men now for the last few years where it takes a lot out of your body. I know with Tony's last 4 fights, he was having injuries going into the fights with injuries. It's just, as you get to a certain age and you're just getting, your body starts breaking down. The wear and tear and the energy sapping fights that he's having against these big men. I don't know what Usyk's got left. I don't think Tyson's got a lot left. Certainly not in relation to what he was. So I think if Usyk's got a good percentage of of what Usyk is, I think he does it again.
Former world champion and analyst Sean Porter described the rematch as a true 50-50 fight. While he leans slightly toward Fury, Porter acknowledged that both fighters' unique skill sets make the outcome highly unpredictable.
I think it's Tyson Fury's fight to lose. And what I mean by that, what we could see in the first fight, he was bigger, he was stronger, he was sharper from the outside, a lot of things than Usyk. I think he had a moment where he got complacent, and he paid for it by losing the fight. You know, he lost the whole second half of the fight, including the knockdown, of course. However, the thing I cannot ignore is two things: the greatness of Alexander Usyk and the wars and the mileage on Tyson Fury. That mileage is something that we can't measure, and the greatness of Alexander Usyk, we can't measure that either. So I think the first fight we knew was 50-50. It really was a 50-50 fight. Same thing with the second one, but I'm willing to bet that Tyson Fury wins this one.
Boxing fans remain deeply divided in their predictions for the Fury-Usyk rematch. Social media polls and forums reflect an almost even split, with one camp favoring Fury's raw strength and experience, while the other places faith in Usyk's technical brilliance and agility.
Fury or Usyk? I got Fury.
Fury.
Fury. Usyk.
Fury. Usyk.
Fury.
Fury.
I root for Usyk.
Fury.
Fury. Fury.
Fury.
Fury.
Fury.
Fury.
Fury.
Going with Tyson Fury.
I'm betting to Usyk.
On the fence.
Peter Fury, Tyson Fury's uncle and trainer, described Alexander Usyk as the toughest opponent Tyson has ever faced. According to Peter, the rematch represents a critical test of Tyson's abilities against a fighter renowned for unmatched technical skills in the heavyweight division.
I think to analyze this properly, this is the best opponent that Tyson's been up against. But, you know, Tyson's got a lot more advantages than Usyk in size. He can box and he can punch as well. So, you know, Tyson on his A form should come through this fight and be undisputed champion.
I've seen some people suggest that it could be a boring fight, a bit of a chess match. How do you respond to that?
The public will be looking at his last fight. Well, listen, his last fight was against a fighter who's never had a fight before. He's not interested in it. This is a different ball game. This will be a fully focused Tyson, and I expect to see the best Tyson, because the best Tyson will get the job done. Anything less than the best Tyson, he'll come unstuck.
Boxing commentator Andy Clark pointed out that Tyson Fury has no shortage of detractors. Many critics, Clark noted, would relish the prospect of Fury losing to Usyk, making the stakes even higher for the rematch. Experts have been left astonished by Tyson Fury's incredible physical transformation, declaring him in the best shape of his career ahead of the highly anticipated rematch with Alexander Usyk. This remarkable conditioning, combined with Fury's renowned technical skills and mental fortitude, has only amplified the excitement surrounding the bout.
I'm not saying it's you know, good against evil or anything silly like that, but Usyk seems very much a kind of force for good, isn't he? Whereas Fury has his detractors. Usyk doesn't really have any, whereas Fury does have some. And I think some people were happy to see him lose, and then tried to kind of spin it into this idea that he was schooled by this Ukrainian wizard. That is not what happened. That is not what happened. So I feel like he can he can win the rematch, Fury. He absolutely can. I'm not saying he definitely will, but he definitely can. And were he to, then again, you know, we'd have to be looking at a third fight, wouldn't we?
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.